Am I the asshole for throwing away my boyfriend's potentially illegal yogurt collection? By you/Duck Fairy. I'm a 29-year-old female. My boyfriend is a 30-year-old male. We've been living together for 2 years in a little studio in a very expensive big U.S. city, also known as every city now. They're all too expensive. My boyfriend grew up rurally with lots of space. He collected action figures and video games and all the normal kid stuff when he was young. But as he grew older, he became interested in more unusual things. As a teen, he had 8 guinea pigs of different types from different breeders. Since Tide Pods were released 7 years ago, he's saved one of every kind of Tide Pod. He's got a big box of international variety of electric insulators, those little ceramic hats, and the power lines that wrap around on power poles. He's not a hoarder. He's usually neat, just used to having lots of space for his bizarro collections. At his parents' ranch, he has 2 big rooms full of containers of weird and impressive things. He recently became interested in yogurt, though. He's always hated dairy products until about a year ago. He just started drinking milk and sharing ice cream with me, but he's found a love for yogurts, so now he collects them. The problem is that they're perishable. Our little 550 square foot studio contained about 2,100 cups of yogurt.
Wow.
He filled our fridge, bought a second fridge, and then another tiny bedside fridge. He said he didn't want to walk to the fridge at night, but it was obviously a ruse to get more yogurt space. All are filled with his yogurts, and if you keep them for long, they smell bad. Sometimes the packaging breaks. So our apartment was smelling like rotten milk for the last 2 weeks, and my boyfriend's attitude was, "Oh, it's fine, and just deal with it for a little longer." Until I pulled the plug and threw it all out this morning. I was looking at my groceries, which I had to put beside the fridge because there was no space, and everything smelled like death. And then I kind of snapped and threw it all away. My boyfriend is understandably upset. We've been arguing about whether I crossed a line by throwing away his stuff, and he's especially upset because he had rare yogurts that were hard to find. He had some Cuban and Iranian yogi that you can't get in the U.S. But I know that we have trade sanctions against Iran and Cuba, so I don't know if it was even legal for him to have them. I asked where he got his Iranian yogi, but he kept insisting, quote, "The Iranian yogurt is not the issue here," and that the real issue was me throwing out his precious yogurts without his permission. Am I the a-hole?
First of all, I think she's incredibly empathetic. You know what I mean? She says he's understandably upset. And like she mentioned also, he has a history of collecting weird things like Tide Pods, electric insulators, etc.
Right. I mean, you got to give her props. This girl is pretty flexible. Most people would see a Tide Pod collection and think, what are you, a kleptomaniac who lives near a laundromat? What is going on?
Little ceramic hats that power lines wrap around on power poles.
That's just a lot of words for trash. What is she talking about?
Clearly, this girl was extremely chill.
Extremely.
She only really said something seemingly when this was really interfering with her daily life. The smells, not enough room for groceries.
Exactly. Matt commented, couldn't you fight about it before removing it? Which I think is a fair point. But when she tried to bring it up, he just tried to play it off.
Right. He just said, oh, it's fine. Deal with it later.
Babe, it's fine. It smells like that dank Iranian yogi. Like it's dairy. It's nasty. This girl is so reasonable.
Absolutely.
It's really hard to say anything bad about her. I mean, you could argue that like she could have spent more time working on the conflict aspect of this. She could have sat him down and said, like, had a yogurt intervention.
And the fact that they live in a studio apartment and he expects to have 3 refrigerators is truly ridiculous.
Most of the apartment is now fridges.
Exactly. The couch is now her fridge.
She doesn't even mention, like, the good news is I got to eat whatever yogurt I wanted. Like, he's pretty much just hoarding yogurt.
Maybe she could have thrown away the legal yogurts and kept the illegals, I guess. That's the only thing I'm willing to bend on.
You say keep the illegal yogurt? Now you're black market yogi in your mini fridge?
Hey, but if you get rid of the other 2 fridge and it's like, hey, you got your little illegal section, he gets his rocks off on, he's like, this is illegal.
She did go all in. Like, couldn't she have just saved the mini fridge of yogurts? Like, can't she bend a little bit?
That's a fair compromise. A mini fridge in the bedroom, like, it's still weird, and like, I doubt the yogurt would smell bad through the fridge if it's fresh.
Apparently it did, because it was all in fridges, and yet the smell still punctured it. It's just such a weird kind of collection. I mean, even hoarders tend to stick to like things that are not perishable.
Yeah, like they might have 7 end tables and 8 coffee tables, but like 0 yogurts.
Right. I feel like a hoarder would walk into this apartment and be like, this place smells like shit and this is unacceptable.
If space wasn't an issue, is it still objectively a weird enough thing where she should be worried about it and throw it away?
Let's say this is all in their garage and, it's only when she goes out to the car that she's got to smell the yogi. I don't know, because, I think she says he's not a hoarder, but the nature of these goods don't fit, standard collection types to me.
Exactly.
And 8 guinea pigs, that's bordering on cat lady level of pets. I don't know how guinea pigs work. I actually know that I'm pretty sure guinea pigs, they are social, so you need to have at least 2, but I don't think it follows therefore having 8 means you're the best pet owner.
Guinea pig party.
It's guinea pig ranch or bust. You need at least 7. I think space is a factor. Space is something you have to negotiate if you live in a major city. He was really being very unempathetic about the problem.
Yeah, he's like, let's just deal with it later. He seemed very dismissive about it.
Exactly. And so he was kind of pushing it off, which pushed her into a place of this reached a point of unlivable.
Yeah, she can't even put her groceries in the fridge. Of course she's going to snap and throw it all away.
Regarding dropping all the yogurts and not even having a few, it was kind of this is going to kill the yogurt addiction. And in that sense, it was a successful move.
He's monopolizing all the space. He's literally buying bonus fridges to hide in their bedroom to keep his yogurt.
It was inconsiderate.
Very inconsiderate. Absolutely.
And also, it's yogurt. It's not even fun. Get an ice cream collection, bro. I say she should have gotten rid of all the yogurt and just been like, honey, I got a 50-gallon drum of Froyo from 16 Handles.
Yeah, I personally only eat gelato, but to each their own.
Oh, boy. #food blogger. Kill me.
Not the asshole.